is stop waiting for someone to give you permission to make your next move. Too many professionals waiting on a promotion, waiting for validation, waiting for the right time. But most successful people, they don't wait. Grab your coffee, get comfortable. Let's talk career strategy. Welcome to Career and Coffee, where we just don't talk about jobs. We talk about legacy moves. Now, today's conversation, it's a big one. Future-proofing your career with strategy, not just job security. Because let's be real, the world of work is shifting fast today. Layoffs are happening, industries are evolving, and the professionals who stay ahead, they're not just waiting to react. They're moving strategically, and we're going to get in on this, okay? Drop a coffee emoji if you are catching the replay. Let's talk about how you're future-proofing your career today. Future-proofing is about adaptability, continuous learning, and strategically positioning yourself. While on the contrary, job security is at the mercy of many external factors, company restructuring, automation, leadership decisions. And as mid-career professionals and leading executives, we can't afford to simply hope for stability. We have to create it. In today's shifting market, ask yourself, which approach are you focusing on? So your degrees, your titles, and our experience, it's great. And I don't want to taper that down. But they are not your differentiator. I see it all the time. Too many professionals hide behind credentials instead of owning their unique expertise. Your real advantage, it's not just your resume, it's how you apply what you know. The way you position yourself matters now more than anything. In today's job market, this competitive job market, it's not enough to just rely on your qualifications. Now, why the resumes and the degrees are important, but they only show a part of who we are. The real difference lies in your ability to use your knowledge and your skills to get results. It's not just about what you know, but how you use that knowledge to solve problems, come up with new ideas, and create value. So this might mean you need to shift your thinking from simply listing and checking achievements to actively showing and advocating what you can do. To stand out, you need to position yourself as a thought leader and a problem solver, not just another qualified candidate. This means showing your unique perspective, your ability to think critically, and your willingness to go that extra mile. Remember, your resume is going to get you the interview, but it's your ability to own expertise and apply your knowledge that will really make you stand out, rise to the top, and move your career forward. For those of us who are already in the entrepreneur's sandbox or thinking about designing a new path towards entrepreneurship, here's the truth. The future belongs to those who are intentional. One of my favorite books, The Power of Now. That book reminds us that true success isn't found in the past or the future. It's in how you show up and take intentional action today. Clarity, presence, and ownership of your value are what truly sets you apart. Here's what makes you stand out in today's global market. One, your personal brand and positioning. What do people associate your name with? And when opportunities arise, are you top of mind even when you're not in the room? Also, your impact over time. That's what makes you stand out. It's not about how long you've been somewhere or the tenure, but what you've contributed, your contribution, your adaptability and evolution. That's your biggest asset in today's market. It's not experience, it's agility, it's flexibility. The job market is shifting and it's full steam ahead. All gas, no brakes, right? Companies are restructuring. AI is here. The people who thrive, they're the ones who move with purpose. Think about it as I take a sip of coffee. What's one skill or experience you've leveraged to stand out in your career? And you can drop it in the comments. What's one skill or experience you've leveraged to be that, right? But I want to move on to designing a permissionless career and how to go about that. And what the key is, stop waiting for someone to give you permission to make your next move. Too many professionals waiting on a promotion, waiting for validation, waiting for the right time. But most successful people, they don't wait. They position themselves before they need to. Here's how: moving with clarity, intention, and strategy. Get clear. Before you're told you're ready, you're already operating at that level. Creating opportunities instead of waiting on them. Every career pivot I've made, I didn't wait for someone to tap me on the shoulder. I positioned myself for it. When I saw that I was the only skilled instructor way back yonder at a vocational school that had a degree, I knew I had an edge. That leads me to my next point: own your expertise. If you're waiting for someone else to see your value before you do, you're already behind. You're already behind. Here's the takeaway on today's Career in Coffee. Think about where you've been waiting for permission and then give it to yourself. This week, I want you to make one strategic move to step into a space you know you are already ready for. That starts now. We're going to start this now. I love a bonus tip. I want to bring a bonus on designing a permissionless career path. And that is, always have an exit strategy before you step into a new venture, a new role, or shift into a new industry. Always have an exit strategy. Always have an exit plan before you enter the door. The most successful professionals don't just take opportunities, they prepare for what comes next. Your ability to pivot intentionally is what will set you apart and keep you in control of your career trajectory. And you're still owning the power of now. You just have a plan and you're moving with intention and strategy. If you're currently in a role or organization that does not align with your long-term vision, or as I say, big picture, whether that's in the next 2 years or 5 years, you see a season ending with that organization, it's time to acknowledge that reality. Own this season by thinking about both your now and your next. Let your actions align with the plan that positions you for strategic growth. So when the next opportunity comes, you're not reacting, you're ready. You are ready. I had somebody ask me, what do you think about people that leave being an entrepreneur or their pursuit of being an entrepreneur and return back to a 9 to 5? And it brought me to a place of thought on why some people leave self-employment and return to a 9 to 5. Self-employment and entrepreneurship, they're not the same. And knowing the difference can determine success or frustration. Not every career pivot means quitting your job and starting a business. I want to be clear here. But for those of you who do make the leap, let's talk about why some go back to a 9 to 5. It's a cycle of burnout. They're running from one fire to another. It's a cycle of burnout. Too many professionals leave the 9 to 5 grind looking for or seeking freedom through entrepreneurship only to end up burning out as self-employed individuals. The problem, they're replacing one demanding structure with another without designing their work to sustain their well-being, which should be first and foremost. Sustain your well-being. Entrepreneurship, think about it as being a visionary leader. You need to build a system that works beyond you. You only have so many hours in a day, and it's only one of you. Also, ensure that your revenue plan isn't solely dependent on your time. You need to make a scalable plan. That means going into processes, developing, creating processes. And it takes time. It takes being clear. And it takes a very strong why are you doing this? It takes a very strong why to push through the early phases. The real question, are you leaving self-employment because it wasn't profitable or because you weren't building it the right way? Entrepreneurship is a faith walk, and faith is not just spiritual, it's strategic. And every pivot I've made required faith and strategy in equal measure. You don't have to choose between stability and ownership. You can create both. Your career, it isn't something you just have, it's something you build. Strategy beats job security every time because job security can disappear in an instant, but a well-positioned career is always in demand. And purpose-filled careers aren't about luck. They're about designing a path that aligns with your visions, values, and the impact you want to make. I hope you've enjoyed today's career and coffee chat. I'll see you next time. I am running a limited bonus on Choice Destinations, which will be available March 1st on audio. And for the first 10 people that purchase the ebook, I'll drop the link in the comments. You will, on release date, receive the audio version of Choice Destinations. All right. So I will see you next time. Make your next move your best move.